business. So, gentlemen, let's go ahead and take on an order for Sam. I know who it's going to. My good friend, quote unquote, Peter Englert. Yeah, that is not going to happen. I know you ain't Peter Englert, but I am about to get my 5th star with this brother, and I realize that I have a 4th facility that I need to deal with that I was not previously tracking. I now am. We'll be sure to get that facility squared away as soon as humanly possible. And we're going to go ahead and get our vehicles and all our gear here. Now, what I need to know is this an on-foot mission where I have to carry something? Right? That is what, yeah, no, we're going to retrieve the vehicle. Let's make it red. And what other color should we make it? Something cool. That's not bad. What else do you got? A little yellow. A little green for that ass. Perp. Pink. Let's go with that blue. I like that contrast of the blue. It's very artsy. Now, having said artsy, let's get on over here to YouTube so I can hang out with you wonderful human beings. I need to actually switch accounts so that I can get into my Collector versus Wild account. Hopefully this stays. Yes, yes. So one of the things we're going to be working on tonight, believe it or not, is the memory chips trophy. So that is one of the things we're going to be doing. But in the meantime, I am trying to pull up the stream on my laptop so I can chat with all you wonderful folks while we play, which is the point of these streams in the first place. Let's get down to business, shan't we? There we go. Let's get it on the back. Now, hopefully it's just a pizza this time. Thank you, Jesus. I can actually use a vehicle to deliver this time. That'll be very, very beneficial. What I don't remember... Oh, no, that's right. This one isn't...
Order assigned. Delivery parameters updated. Time limit set.
Time limit set. Let's get to work. Wait, what? Cargo delivery damaged by stacking? What are you talking about? Okay, so how would you have me do it? Cargo... I don't understand what the frickin'... This is dead anyway. Get this off of me. Offload. Now the pizza, I think we're supposed to keep flat, right? But I'm not exactly sure how to do that. Do I have to carry it? Because that's not going to work either. Like, oh, snap! I know how to keep it flat. I'm totally effing up. Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. Get! Shut up, ho! I'm working on it. Damn it, it's gone!
Decontaminating suit. All clear. Welcome, Sam Porter Bridges.
Alright, here's what we're going to do. We're going to reload because it should reload right before I took that quest. Alright, so basically just carrying the pizza does it damage because I'm carrying it vertically. I don't know why the game just doesn't let you do it horizontally. But what I'm guessing is they want me to put it on the bed of a truck. And problem solved. Shannon, what's up? Damn, I was about to message you. Message away, milady. How you doing? It's good to see your virtual representation of your face.
Scanning Bridges ID. Verifying ID. Clear. Web.
Alright, let's take on this order. It's pizza time in the city. We're going to accept the order. Yes, very much. Very much, very much. I don't think we need to... Actually, you know what? I could use a couple PCCs on the body just to have them because I might be able to use them for this next quest we're going to go on. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and do that. And for the pizza, let's go ahead and put the old pizza. Yeah, that's already here, so that's cool. We're going to let that ride. Now for the pizza, we're going to put on the vehicle. And that should remain flat, should it not? And then these I'll put on me. And I'll hit the auto arrange button, and then we're squared away. Good to hook. We're ready, baby. Let's go. Shannon says, I'm good, LOL. Need to figure out a way to tell someone to F off. I'll send you the message. Yeah, I had to do that today too, and it was to somebody that I liked, and I'm gonna have to apologize to him tomorrow. So I gave somebody my threshold for dealing with stupidity was reached today, and the person I'm dealing with is a dear friend and highly intelligent, and I could not take the retardation that was coming out of their mouth, and I just ended the conversation. It's just like, listen, man, I love you, and I can't sit here and listen to this dumb shit you're saying, like, for real, because it was all about the shit that's going on in the news, and I'm like, my man, if you hate what's going on in society so much that you are excited to see people, you know, retardedly disrupt our government process, disrupt our process all you want, challenge the process all you want. I welcome that. Processes should be challenged. You know how much bullshit money runs through our government every year that you're paying for? America ever figures out what the number is. You think these riots are bad? Wait till America figures out what the government's spending its money on. Then you'll see riots. That's why the government doesn't give you a financial report at the end of the year to show you all the dumb shit they spent money on. Like a glorified email writer for a senior executive that makes $200,000 a year. Like, yeah, that shit. Right? So anyway, anywho, yeah, disrupted, challenge. By all means, protest, yes, supported. But if you're excited because you see fucktards committing crimes, well, I don't know what to tell you. Like, if you are so narcissistic that not getting whatever your political way is has caused you to want a civil war because you don't goddamn realize you live in the best time in human history, and motherfucker, you live in one of the best places on the planet despite some of the problems and stupid shit that we do. Like, if you don't realize that your life is amazing, that all you had to do today was sit on your fat ass and watch the goddamn news and be mad about it, like, if you don't think that's winning, I don't know what the fuck to tell you. Here's an idea. Go spend some time in goddamn Somalia and let me know how you feel about this nation and the libtards or the conservatives, extremists, or whatever identity politics bullshit group you associate with or are against. All of you, go spend some time in Somalia and get back at me. Yeah, I mean, like, I just couldn't take the overly simplified, closed-minded, everything in life is black and white and I'm right and you're wrong. I can't take that from people. I can't be in the same room with you if you think the fucking world is black and white. And you're gonna sit here and preach at everyone who doesn't give a fuck about anything you have to say about why you're right. And then you're gonna have the audacity to bring God into it. Like, I've studied what I believe to be God. You haven't even opened the fucking book and you're gonna lecture me about God's will? Fuck you. Fuck out of my face. I can't. Like, I'm getting to the threshold. I tell you guys every week that I'm about to push the fuck it button on social media, and for real, just basically build my network offline with winners and just help the world off the grid. Just fuck it. Because I can't be around that level of stupidity 24 hours a day. It's fucking maddening. And since social media is a hotbed for ape-like human beings to just live in their fucking emotions and not actually critically think about anything, it's like, well, yeah, nah, I'm cool. So yeah, I'm about to push and the funny thing is, this scenario didn't even happen on social media. This was my real life. Like, I cannot. That's literally why I'm looking at property right now, and my wife and I are trying to make a decision about specifically where we're going to move. And believe me, there will be less people in that neighborhood than the one I'm living in now. If it's a neighborhood of 1, I will be happy. Or I guess a neighborhood of 7. My family should live there too. But yeah, I've about had it with humanity. I think I'm just going to go be a monk who meditates on a hill for the rest of my life and plays PlayStation. I'll play some PlayStation up on the mountain too. I'll bring a generator. So anyway, how's y'all's day going? Yeah, it doesn't suck as bad as I'm making it sound. I am using the events that happened today to voice a greater frustration with the world than just, or this frustration is probably going too far. I'm not really frustrated. I'm I am disappointed with the fact that I'm not surprised. That's probably the best way to describe my emotional state. Like, I think I am bothered by the fact that I'm not surprised that humans just are going to continue to do stupid shit, watch the news, watch other stupid people tell them what to think, and like, and that's one of the reasons why one of the huge things I do, understanding the reach that I have, that I say all the time, is do not listen to what I'm saying as like some truth or gospel. Look at what I'm doing, because I'm doing shit right and wrong. And look at the shit that's working. And then when I make a comment about something, test it against what I'm doing and see if it's working. And if it works for you, do it. If it doesn't, let's find another way. Like, I don't want to teach anyone what right is, because I don't know. I just want you to think a little harder about what right is than you're doing. Yeah. So what happened to me today was small. It's me and this dude get into heated discussions. They usually don't end with both of us walking away from each other like, dude, shut the fuck up. They usually end with us dapping each other and saying, hey, good, you know, good sparring match. Because for the context, this is a dude who I love greatly in my life. We're both fighters, right? So we both have antagonistic personalities. So we enjoy fucking sparring with each other. Like, don't mistake, like, I'm depressed, and like, I enjoyed being able to say what I said to his ass, because it was like, he is a safe place to say a lot of shit I can't say in public to people, because he'll take it and be like, fuck this kid. But then tomorrow we'll hug each other and make each other a meal, it'll be fine. And you know, this guy's like a father figure to me too. He's quite a bit older than me, so I learned from him. I listen to my elders even when I think they're being stupid. Because even if they're being stupid, they're usually being stupid with more information than I have. Meaning they've seen more of Earth, and even if they have a way of thinking that's not all that effective, they've still got the experience that's led them to the thinking they have, so I'm willing to respect that. Like, alright, maybe he's seen more, maybe I'll be him in 20 years and I'll be on my porch proud that people are attacking the Capitol building and shit. Who knows? I don't know how retarded I'll be in another 20 years. Are you kidding me? I probably very. So yeah, don't get it twisted. It was unpleasant for a moment, but the real unpleasantness was just understanding. And this is an intelligent man whom I respect, who is really like. Here's the thing about me. Just if you're ever around me, we get to be close friends. Don't vent around me a lot, because that's what it is. Like, I'm not an emotionality person where when something bothers me, I get silent and I start thinking about plausible solutions. I do not go on the internet and start ranting about blah, 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 like, but most people who are more emotional, who have more emotionality than me, they vent. And I notice I get into heated discussions with my family, not realizing that what they're doing is actually just expressing their emotions, not trying to express some level of truth. And what I hear is problems, and my brain, and my rational brain immediately goes into, oh, I need to help fix this problem. So hey, here's a better way to, but they're like, dude, I don't want a better way to think. I want to be angry. Can you let me be angry for 5 seconds? I'm like, oh, yeah, my bad. I manage my anger in a very different way, and I'm sorry. You do it like normal people, so respect. I'm a weirdo. I got it. You know, I don't manage my anger this way. So, cool. Sometimes you just gotta, and today was just not a day where I did not have the emotional resilience to deal with people's bitching. Like, shut the fuck up. You live in a country where you can go on the internet and yell shit about your leader, and nothing's going to happen to you. Mostly because there's 329 million of us and no one gives a fuck about you. But also because we live in a country that doesn't kill people for dissent. Like, yeah. That's an amazing life you're bitching about there, champ. So anyway. And that was such a small part of my day. Most of my day was spent sleeping, trying to get rid of this back pain. Believe it or not, I said, today was a fuck it day for me. I did nothing but lay in the bed and try to nurse this back injury. It was fun. I haven't laid in the bed all day, and I don't remember the last time I did that. It was amazing. It was by like choice. It wasn't like I had to lay in bed. I just said, "Fuck it, I'm laying in bed." All right, pizza time, baby.
Delivering cargo. Delivery complete. Displaying performance evaluation.
Let's see what Higgs is gonna give me off of this one. Come on, Higgs, give it up. Give up the booty, Higgs. You know you want to. Get naked. Ah! See, new interview data. I think we already got the interview achievement, right? Or trophy. Alright, 4th star. What you got? Yeah! Shotgun, baby. That should be the last weapon, too. So shouldn't that be a trophy as well? Yep. Ooh, so close, Higgs! So close to glory! That should be a level up for time, though. There we go. There we go. There we go. Give it up. Let's see, Shannon says, hire people to do it for you. Yeah, I do. In fact, I have a team of folks that help me with that. In fact, I'm talking to one of them. But, yes. I do have people that help me with it, believe it or not. I actually have 2 editors that I'm trying out right now for a paid gig. And so I gave them a competition to see who does it better. And then they'll be hired. So I've got people to help. The issue isn't so much to help me with the production. That's fine. I'm just more along the lines of I'm not 100% sure outside of isolated exchanges that what I'm trying, and this is just a thought, so don't take this with all of the grains of salt, because I really don't know what I think or feel on this. I'm thinking through it using words, which is what I typically do, which often lands me in trouble because people don't realize I think out loud, and I'm not trying to express the truth. I'm just trying to think. Anyway, I'm not 100% sold that social media is an effective place to do my mission. My mission requires a lot more critical thinking and the ability to build intimacy with people. And obviously don't mean sexual intimacy, because someone will, like, I mean actual, like getting close to a person, to be able to understand them, to build trust and rapport, to help them. And I'm just, so much of what I do, like so much of the real help that I help people with does not happen on social media, that the math I'm doing in my head right now is, okay, so what is the net benefit of me being on social media versus not? You know, when you think about, I deleted 75% of my social media platforms, one of which still pays me, even though I use it and I don't use it at all. Yeah, it's funny, like the social media platform I hate the most, and like in terms of like vanity metrics, like followers and shit like that people get obsessed with, that I tell people never to care about in real business. Um, it's like, not never to care about, but it's not as big a deal as people make it. It's like the platform I suck at the most and hate the most and don't even use and delete it still pays me every month. I don't do shit there. I deleted it. Right? So it's like, I clearly don't need that platform for my benefit. The things I was saying were benefiting no one, which is why I left. Or not no one, but I guess what I'm trying to figure out, the math, the calculus that I'm doing in my head is looking at the equation of input, right? Is it worth what I'm getting on the output side? And is social media a necessary evil in that equation? And I'm just not sure that it is, because honestly, like for real, what I would rather do is raise all of you guys up to be the people who are speaking and be the people who are the social media face of this movement, not me. Like I don't necessarily want to even be the face of this thing long term, because I just don't have a need for the fame and the accolade shit. Like I just want to help people live right, man. I'm obsessed with helping people be happy, and not happy is such a silly word to me. Like I'm obsessed with making people feel alive, you know. And I just social media is so riddled with simple-minded thinking and emotion that you can't do what I'm asking people to do there. And I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong, but that's been my thought since 1993 when I started this game. That in mind, bathroom break. I'll be right back. All right, you wonderful human beings. Wow, there's still people here. How crazy is that? Uh-oh, did we get a new, Nope. Good stuff. Alright. Cool. Got messages coming in. Uh-oh. My doctor, I got new paperwork. Oop. PTSD moment. I'm gonna have to fill out paperwork. Everybody pray for me. Paperwork legitimately gives me anxiety. Suba says B is the worst cult leader ever. He says, follow me. Okay, cool. Now take over. I'm out. Oh, that's comedy, man. He says, aren't you already like 60? Damn, if I look 60 to you guys, I just need to quit now. Shit. I need to really quit. If you guys think I'm 60 years old, I really need to hang up the cleats. Let's see. Super says, I think what B needs is a computer virus. Attach it to the Hexaco test. Whenever someone hits the not a psycho page, they get bombarded with pics of B's face. Oh, that's funny, man. Yeah. No, so that's so hilarious about the cult leader shit. Oh God, I actually would be the worst cult leader in the world because I don't have enough. Like my give a fuck meter for human problems is very low. Like for someone to get on my radar of things to give a fuck about, it's very hard to do because I've seen some of the most horrible, vile, and great stuff you can see on the planet. So it's like nothing's really gonna faze me. It's like when I've coached some of you guys and you tell me your life stories. I know some people are a little bit, subconscious to say certain things to me, and I'm like, dude, no. Like I was helping a guy, I don't remember how long ago, and he had done a thing that he wasn't proud of. And I was like, yeah, I wanted to choke a guy last week. That's fine. We're good. Like, it's cool. Like nothing surprises me at this point. And nobody's done, like I'm waiting for someone to be like, yeah, here's the thing I did that's worse than the 18th worst thing I've done in my life. Like, you're fine. Be good. Be well. Oh, man. Let's get this delivery over with, shan't we? Alright, so Higgs just screwed us. And Higgs gives us no orders, so we're just kind of here. But it's alright because we wanted to be here anyway, because what we really came out this way for is something actually different. So yeah, man, I would be a terrible cult leader because I just don't give a fuck about most things. Like
Weapons restrictions lifted.
you know what I mean? Like I don't have this fatalistic view of Earth that so many people seem to have adopted, that everything in the world is the good guys versus the bad guys, and we need to be with the good guys. Like it's. If you and that's kind of what happened with my neighbor. Is like he very much is in there's these it's good versus evil thing, and I'm like, dude, you've been on Earth long enough to know nothing is that simple. And we've talked about your evil, which you actually do rival some of the dumb shit I've done. Like, who are you pointing fingers at? Which is nobody's the answer. This guy's not a judgmental man. He's a loving, caring man. That's why he and I are friends. He just has some conditioned world ideologies that are like, dude, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying you're not right either. Come on. Nothing in life is as simple as every human wants it to be. We want everything to be simple so we don't have to think hard. Why? Because the law of conservation of energy dictates that we can't produce matter or energy. It can only be transferred, and it's in limited supply, and when we have hold of energy, we want to hold on to it. That's why you have savings accounts, by the way. Money is energy. Now, when we feel like we're losing that energy, we get antsy. right? So we don't like answers to be complicated because that requires thinking, and that burns energy, something that animals that have learned to survive just by running and killing are not great at automatically. Yes, we've developed a neocortex to help us think through hard situations. The problem is, for the last several 100,000 years, we're not very good at using it all the time. Which is why I say things on the internet, to get your fucking neocortex. I say emotional shit to get your attention, and then I engage the smart part of your brain. That's what I do, so that you get used to using it and get comfortable with it and realize, yeah, shit is complicated. Damn. It isn't just Democrats versus Republicans. Shit is complicated. Like, we've tried to oversimplify it like that. Politicians have loved the fact that people are stupid because they can keep getting elected saying the same dumb shit. Like, do you think we'd have as bad, like, all of you that think our politicians are so bad, let me help you. Look in the mirror. It's your fucking fault. The fact that you haven't read a single goddamn book since you left college, if you even went, is why you have the politicians you have. They have to pander to your stupidity level to get elected. When you get smarter, they will say better shit, because every politician is a fucking opportunist. I don't care how you slice it. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean it literally. You're taking opportunity to get something you want, and you're willing to give of yourself to get the thing you want. Welcome to Earth. So if you think the politicians are bad, it's because you're bad, dummies. If you get smarter, they won't say the same dumb shit. And that's why I contend to this day that Kerry lost that election to Bush. He came out and started talking that smart shit. I'm like, nope. That was my first real experience with understanding the psychology of sales, and why it's so important for every human to understand sales. Because Kerry failed at sales. And I'm not saying I wanted him to win. I observe those things kind of as an agnostic, like, oh, this is interesting, let's see how this plays out. Right? Because I think it's retarded that we have Democrats and Republicans, but who am I, right? But it's just an interesting thought experiment. Like, hey, I honestly think part of the reason why this guy lost was because in the few times that I actually listened to him, he was very much appealing to people's intellect. And I'm like, that's not how you win popularity contests, buddy. You have to appeal to emotion. And I'm not saying he never did. I'm just saying the times when I evaluate the things I heard him say, it's like, I get it. I do. I really do get it. And that's not how you get people on your side. You've got to get people emotionally involved. Why do you think politicians and marketers invent the stances that you're all supposed to believe in or fight against? Pro-life, pro-choice, big government, small government. You really think everything's that easy? Just, one of them's right. Like, no. One of them's right, probably based on a lot of context and situational awareness. But, again, I know nothing, so you probably shouldn't listen to me. Alright, now then, I need to look up the guide so I can make sure I'm going to the right place. Gotta fast forward this video to the map. Come on, man, get to the map. Get to the map! Sam Porter Bridges, okay. He is on the ridge line. I think that's it right there. Alright, he's just south of the waterfall. Right up in here is where we're going. Somewhere in that vicinity. Let's get it. Wait, do I need to turn off to get there then? Yeah, absolutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. Alright, I'll come back to the chat so I can hang with you wonderful people. But yeah, going back to Shannon's comment, I know I kind of left on that, but yes, we are trying out some new editors. Who I hope to train to take over almost everything. But, yeah, anyway.
Someone's happy.
But yeah, so for me it was less about doing the work. I don't mind shooting videos. I always want to make sure that the purpose of what I'm doing is being met, and when it's not, I will cut sling load immediately. And for now, it seems as though we're having an impact that I think is significant, so we're cool. But yeah, what I was saying earlier, I back to Suba's cult leader joke. The reality of that is he's kind of right. Like I don't want to be the old guy at the party trying to teach all the young people shit. I want to build up the young people to talk to the young people, for lack of a better way to describe whatever the hell this is that I'm doing. And part of that too comes from just everybody doing what they're great at. I am amazing at developing leaders and getting them to take command of their lives and, you know, live. That is my core strength. I am not as creative as a lot of you are with like videos and shit. I'm just not. I can be funny. I'm a funny dude. I can make some shit to make you think. But a lot of you guys are better at it than me. So it's like, why not empower the people who are already good at this to do it instead of... Oh, I'm way off. Shit, I went up way too far. And why not empower the people who are actually good at this shit to do it, and then I can just empower them. I don't need to be here. But that's also my entrepreneurial side, right? Like I told you guys, I'm probably only 30% artist. I get to a point where it's like, just get somebody else to do this shit, and it's fine. And then I'll be there on the back end to help folk. Done. Like, no BS. The only reason I haven't put Collector versus Wild, the new episode out, I feel like it. It's like, I'll get there. I'll do it eventually. Tony J, what up? What's happening, babe? Shannon's gonna lay down to read. Have a good one, everyone. I'm going to try to tell my relative to fuck off. Yeah, or I guess yeah, send me the message, Shan. We'll talk about it. Because my question is really, do you even need to tell him? Can you just ghost? Just be like, hey, I'm out. I appreciate everything you've done for the family. But I'm out. Peace. But we can talk on chat. You don't have to type it out here. Hello, Bryant in chat. What's up, Josh? Never thought of money being like energy. It's exactly what it is. It's just a medium of exchange. It's I'm going to exchange some type of value for value that I perceive that you have. And just like energy, money is in limited supply. Unlike energy, money can be created. That's the one difference between money and energy, is money can be created, energy cannot. It can be transferred, but not created. Money can be created. Are you kidding me, dude? This is where you brought me your hooker. You freaking whores. Of course it's one of these. Freaking bastardos. That said, I wonder if I can drive over here, though, and not have to walk. Can I get a reading, please? Oh, yeah, we good, man. We gonna ride till the wheels fall off, baby. Actually, the wheels might fall off. Keep this up. Yes, sir. Pretty sure this is the place. I'm great, man. Hit 225 on the bench and now making rapid progress cutting, trying to get that chiseled jawline. Get it? Go get some, man. Go get yours. I was pretty sure this is the place I was supposed to be for the thing that I'm supposed to be doing. It is. Hey there. We did it, Jesus! Why wasn't that lit up? Matter of fact, I'm gonna do it because nobody else did. How did nobody else light this up in my game? This is craziness. This is madness! This is... You know what it is. Alright, let's hook this guy up, man. Somebody should have put this here already. But I will. You get 6 billion likes off of that jump. Alright, we got one of the chips. Let's go back to the guide. Let's see, got a consultant on my team now and got a Facebook ads thing going on. I'm finally honestly making progress in my life. Is insane. Sweet, Tony, that's outstanding, man. Good for you. What would it take to teach kids this stuff so they don't have to start learning after they turn 30? After school program, private university edition. So that's the problem, right? It's all of the solutions you just provided. That's a great question, by the way. All the solutions you just provided are pain, right? Like the problem is we're all stupid apes, right? How do we solve it? And then the immediate solution was after school program. That sounds boring as fuck. Private university. That sounds like a lot of work. An additional course. Fuck, I'm already in school for 9 hours. I don't need another. Like none of those sound like something someone would want to just go engage in, right? So the real solution to getting people, the problem is not that we can't teach people this stuff. It's that for millennia, most humans don't understand that this stuff is important because they don't take time to, and really for real in the last 200 years when technology became so advanced and advances so fast. Like we don't have an incentive to better ourselves because we can kind of be lazy and mediocre and still be crazily successful by the world standards. America's technology has enabled a level of prosperity that you frankly don't need that much character to develop. And so the solution is providing incentive for people to get that education. But the problem to getting that incentive is people are not in enough pain. And pain is the catalyst of all change, right? So what you're talking about is creating pain around what they don't know so that they can run to the solution. Right now, everybody's running to Netflix and video games. And everybody is, myself included. I watch Netflix. I play video games. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with enjoying yourself or whatever your vice is. Get in there as long as it's not killing you, right? But is the vice or the thing you're going to the predominant part of your life? That's because if it is, then I can predict what your life's going to be like, right? But if you're spending a number of hours or even 1 hour a day on that progressive or making yourself a little bit better, the problem is convincing people that they, one, need to be better. When you live in a society for the last 30 years that's been teaching everybody they're special little fucking snowflakes and the entitlement that comes with that, well, how do you convince them that they're shitty apes? They've been told they're special snowflakes their whole life, and now you got me on the internet saying everybody's a dumbass ape. I'm like, how dare he? Like, I got my neighbor I was talking about took umbrage with that. I said it to him. I was having a talk with my cousin outside for my son's birthday last week, and he's like, could you qualify that statement? Couldn't you just say that there's some people in the world who are retarded? I'm like, no, we are all retarded. All of us. You, me, everybody. Like, because we've been taught to think that we're so much, like, we've been taught to think we're worse than we really are when it comes to our emotional side, and we've been taught to think we're way better than we are when it comes to our psychological and diligence and discipline and these things, right? Like, we're special, but I hate myself. Like, you've got it backwards. Like, you're amazing as a human being and a creation and a person that can... One person can change a world. You're a brilliant, you're the spark of God's energy in living flesh. You're amazing. Mentally, you're an ape. So read some shit. And that's honestly, like, for you Bible people, that is what Paul was screaming about in his epistles. Study to show thyself approved, right? And then he says, every day, take every thought captive to the obedience of Christ. Renew your mind daily to the mind of Christ. What's the mind of Christ? The mind that is free from all the bullshit in the world. It's not a religious thing. It's Christ was not encumbered with the bullshit going on in the world. All he focused on was the ability to get to the truth and get it to people in a way that would help them. That's it. That was his mission. And Paul every day was like, remember, that's who you need to be like, because your stupid-ass mammalian and lizard-ass brains don't understand that. They are still very primitive. You've got to take command of your life and your mind and think better. No one's going to do it for you. So that's why when people that don't know me ask me for my opinion, I'm like, first of all, who the fuck are you? Secondly, why? Why do you want to know my opinion? I don't know you, you don't know me, and I'm a moron. So if you're asking for my opinion, I'm concerned. Right. So anyway, read a book, go to bed. That's the moral of the story. We got what we came to get out here. That's chip number 4. Now I need to look at my guide so we can get chip number 5. And actually, that was supposed to be chip number 1, but whatever. I went and got a different one first, or a different 3 first. Okay, let's see. Oh, this is going to give me another thing I can craft. So maybe these memory chips also have weapons associated with them. Alright, 43. Profondo Rosso, original motion picture soundtrack. Where's that one? What town? There's a town in this game? Where the hell is this town at? What? Where is this? I ain't never been here. Where's that at, ho? Man, show me on the map, ho. I gotta figure this out. What town isn't... I've never been to this town ever. What is going on in video game? I'm sorry, I'm freaking out because I'm watching this video in the guide and they got Sam Porter Bridges running around a town that looks like it's got an airport in a city. I'm like, where is that shit at? I ain't been there. I've been all over the world in this game. I ain't seen that. Let me back up and go to the... Did it ever show the map location? It had to. Alright, zoom out. Oh, it's Capital, not City. Really? Alright, well, we'll head back there then. Alright, so we know we just got to get back to Capital, not City. I can get back to the chat. I see Bryant is lost in the game. Something like that. That, my friend. What I'm really trying to figure out is why the audio in this game keeps going silly. Like, it's really distorted and bad, and I can't diagnose whether it's my headset. My headset does not do this with anything else but this game, so I'm thinking it's the PlayStation. Something is not right, because I do not have this problem on anything but Death Stranding.
There we go.
Maybe the game's scratched. Let's see, Ryan says, counterpoint. While not zero-sum, does our success at least somewhat depend on the retarded apes being lazy and or stupid? Yeah, I wouldn't even consider that a counterpoint. I think that's accurate. In fact, Warren Buffett, I believe, gave that answer to Larry King when Larry King interviewed him and said, why are you so rich? And one of his answers was, if it wasn't for the stupidity of most other people, I wouldn't be. So yeah, our stupidity certainly creates opportunity for us to provide solutions and build wealth, of course. But my bigger concern is the level. Like, I consider myself a moron in some regards, right? Specifically as it relates to all of the possible knowledge in the world and knowing it properly with experience, applied knowledge, and wisdom. For most things in the world, I'm a moron. Right, as is anybody. But there's certain things that I'm not a complete moron in that I think are important things for most humans to know if their goal is to not be miserable in their life. So I think, yes, the stupidity you're talking about certainly has created a lot of opportunity for me to help people, but my concern is with the magnitude of it. It's too far gone. Like, we're too dumb. Like, we can't... Like, listen to the writings of people even as far back as the Civil War. Like, they sound way more educated. Not intelligent, but educated than we are. And not educated in things, educated in people. They just listen. They just sound like they had better heads on their shoulders. Because they weren't obsessed with technology and things. They were obsessed with people. Because that was what was interesting. I don't know. I'm spitballing here. But, yeah, I don't even think that's a counterpoint. I think that's a valid point. I think it's a very valid point. But what I'm actually addressing is not that I don't think you abolish stupidity, because we're going to be as dumb as we are until we're not, right? But I just think the level of lack of critical thinking that's going on is too high. We need balance. Like, if people want to not critically think, that's okay, but I'm just asking you, do 8% more of it, that's all. And then the world will get geometrically better if you just do 8%. Like, before you respond to that tweet, just think. Just think. Like, does what I'm about to say actually matter? Am I the one who needs to say it? Am I actually right, or am I just emotionally screaming something that I hope is right? And I can't accept that other people don't believe that it's right. And whether I'm right or not, am I the one who needs to be the one educating everybody on this thing? And do I have the communication skills to educate them? Probably not. So what you're about to do is just a narcissistic rant about your feelings, and you're going to project your feelings onto everybody else and make them look like the bad guy, when really what's at stake here is just you're upset because you didn't get your way, and we all have to be held hostage to you yelling about it. Right? That. If we could just stop that, change the world overnight. I mean, if you could see just the terror that I have sometimes when I get comments on videos. Like, I already think all humans are kind of dumb, myself included, but then they just show me, oh, that rabbit hole goes way deeper than you think, B. Like, damn, dude, that deep? Oh, no, deeper. Deeper. It's like, oh, no, we can't be that dumb. Oh, it's worse than it. I had a friend of mine used to tell me that all the time. He's a great friend and mentor to me. It's actually, I think he's actually a younger guy than me, but he was a great help to me at a very dark time in my life. And he said, chapter 4 of my book had to be titled, It's Worse Than You Think. He's like, everything I hear you say, dude, you just clearly grew up in a sheltered military world where people were halfway fucking squared away. You have no idea what the real world looks like. You're a fucking alien. That's why you're frustrated all the time. And he was right. It was like, damn. Shit, okay. Alright, noted. I guess this is us.
Your work is great.
I don't know if you could classify science as a belief system so black and white. It seems to share some qualities of a belief system and how they viewed, but people view it. So I wouldn't call science a belief system. I'd just say the way people employ it in their lives is very much a belief system. Yeah. That's how you can take something that is very, very pseudo-sciencey, like the Myers-Briggs test, and you can build a whole religion of people off of it. And there's no other way to classify it than a religion. I mean, it has all the trappings of a religion. A belief system, which, you know, their 10 Commandments is the cognitive, what do they call it? The, shit. I forgot. Their Bible, their 10 Commandments are the, you know, the introverted thinking, the extroverted sensing, whatever those cognitive features are. Alright? And dare you deviate from one of them, you will. Like, I've had people make videos about me on YouTube telling me why I'm absolutely wrong in the things that I said about myself. A guy I've known for a couple of decades. Like, oh wow, a guy who watched a 7-minute video knows more about me than I've known about myself. A person who's been studying personality psychology for over 20 years. Like, yeah. Crazy, very slim, not sane looking guy with glasses making video that you like. I'm supposed to take you at your word that you know more about me than me. Like, that is the audacity of stupidity that exists in our fucking society. Is that guy thought it was okay to make a video expressing why all this shit I said about myself was wrong. Because he knows better. Like, I would never say that about a fucking person. Even if I knew I was right. First of all, even if I knew I was right, I wouldn't have the audacity to say that to somebody. Like, who the fuck does that? Narcissistic retards. That's who. And we just need less of them. The world needs less of them, dog. It's like, we need less of that. We need less of this audacious, ignorant, lack of critical thinking retardation. Like, I'm okay that you're dumb. All right, I respect that. Be dumb. That's your American right to be as stupid as you want to be. But when you bring other people into it, it's like, damn, dude. And have I said dumb shit? Of course. Of course I have. Have I said stuff that's wrong? Of course. But I'm not making videos about humans telling them specifically all the things that are wrong with them. that's that's crossing a line of like you're a psychopath. You could not have thought like, oh wow, okay. All right, well, thanks. Thanks for that. Whatever it was. And it was funny, I didn't even know that existed. Somebody sent it to me. I never would have found it because I don't give a shit. And I watched a couple seconds of it. I was like, this looks like a crazy person. I would never judge them as such because I don't know them. They maybe they were doing it for satire. Maybe they were doing it for clout. I don't know that person. But I'll tell you this. I wouldn't put too much stake in them counseling me. Alright. Hey, I need to take a message real quick, gang. I'll be back. Shannon said something must be wrong when my streams are the calm part of her life. Me bitching about video games in the world is the calm part of her life. Shannon, we're going to get you a hobby. Actually, you have hobbies. We just need to get you out of the house more, it sounds like. But I also know a little bit of that chaos because I have some of the chaos producers that you do. Mine just do damage in physical, measurable ways. Yours, I'm sure, are quite more emotional. Suba says, that's just human nature, dude. You don't have to look hard to find people willing to use confirmation bias to support their crusades. It's not just science either. Ego with use anything it can get its hands on. Yeah, 100%. 100%. You're on the money, Sub. You are on the money. Yeah, it's a great analogy. Ryan said science is like the Bible. It's what people do with it. Exactly right. It's funny. I tell people all the time, like even atheists, I'm like, read the Bible, dude. You will be shocked at how much dope shit is in there. And they're like, yeah, you were right. I was like, yeah, when you take the stigma that you learned in Sunday school because they screamed at you that you were going to go to hell at the dumbass Catholic school you grew up in, like, of course you're kind of not sold on this God thing, because in one breath you were told he loves you, and then the next breath he's burning you to death. Like, there's probably a little confusion there for an 8-year-old who grew up and said, "Fuck it, I don't want to be a part of that shit." You know, like there's fantastic stuff in the Bible, you know, in the Bhagavad Gita, in these spiritual books, man. These were people who dedicated their lives to observing humans and trying to articulate the way in which we could best master our environment, right? And then making the deduction that, hey, we probably were put here because this is way too random for this to have been a thing that just happened, maybe. There's probably some rationale in that. And so we're trying to figure it out. Everybody's trying to figure it out. I tell people, learn how to get comfortable with not knowing shit, because that's the biggest thing, that's the biggest trick your brain, the biggest lie your brain tells to you, is that you have to be right and you have to know everything. And when you don't, like I had to teach first grade again today, and I watched my first grader go into violent, like physical anxiety when he couldn't get an answer right. And it's because these dumbass school systems have been teaching kids their whole life that everything's fucking binary. You either get it right or you're wrong. You're chastised when you get it wrong and you're praised when you get it right. Well, every time you come up to something you don't know, your probability of getting it wrong is fucking high, and you know you're going to get chastised at the end of that. Who the fuck wants to play the game? Instead of just saying, hey man, no, you getting it wrong is part of getting it right. Just keep going. It's fine. And by the way, let me help you. And he was like, oh. And the funny thing was, when I took away, because I had to do it yesterday and today, like, I'm having to deprogram the dumb shit this kid's already been taught. He hasn't even been in school for 2 years yet. Right? And I'm already having to deprogram him with the way the world teaches us to think fucking stupidly. And it's like, no, it's not binary. Getting it wrong is part of getting it right. Let's just do it together. And what was funny was every time he tried a word, he ended up getting it right. He only got one wrong. He had trouble reading the word away, because the way the sounds work, and he had to. But then he ended up saying it right anyway. It was just like his brain clicked on, oh, that's away. Clearly, I was like, yes, that's exactly right. Good guess. You know, he's like, Dad, this really isn't that hard. I'm like, I know, brother.
Enjoy it. At least
it's the way you're being taught to think that makes it hard. All right, now where did we land? We're in something, not something. Where we gotta go? Capital, not city. Which I think means we need to go back to, yeah, because that's going to be Lake Knot and South Knot. So yeah, we got to go back to the origins of Earth. Right there, it says, can't confirm. Went to Catholic school for 13 years and became agnostic. Of course you did. I went to Catholic school for 1.5 years too. I'm not speaking out of not experience. I've been there. Actually, the Catholic school I went to was pretty cool, though. It didn't have a lot of the... They must have been one of the more progressive ones. Because for me, that was... Yo, come on in. For me, it was... What's up?
Something small with Auntie Linda.
Mine? Oh, shit.
Yeah. Well, she wants to take them to the yours.
Alright, team, I gotta go. Family member in trouble. Love you guys. Talk soon. Hey, and nobody's dying. Everybody stay cool. It's just I gotta take a family member to the hospital, but we think everything